Um, I'm not a fan of New Year's resolutions. They're rarely survive past the month of January. We can say, oh, I'm going to exercise 3 times a week, and I do it for a few weeks, and then it drops off, or I'm going to lose 10 pounds, and then I off to a start, and by February, I'm back to my bad habits or whatever. And so as we cross this threshold to the new year, I wanted to offer a somewhat different perspective from through the lens of the Dharma. And this has to do with something we often talk about here, which is setting intentions. And I like the idea of setting intentions for the new year rather than New Year's resolutions. And it may seem like I'm splitting hairs, but I do feel that intentions are a little softer, a little less demanding. They don't ask us to be perfect in what we set out to do. They don't ask us, not to fail if we don't quite meet it. But intentions ask us to aspire to certain goals for the year, but with some wiggle room. At least that's how I construe the difference between intentions and resolutions. So it's more like a gentle commitment rather than this kind of I've got to do this. I've got to lose 5 pounds or something. And this has been another tough year on so many levels. Coming out of COVID and everything that's going on locally, nationally, globally. So I think our intention here is you know, to soften ourselves. And because how can we expect others to do it if we don't do it ourselves? It's like it begins at home. And can we set an intention to do that for the year, to begin the year with an open heart, with a kind heart, with a forgiving heart, to use all the tools of our practice that we talk about here to aspire to that intention, to live with the Brahma Viharas, the four heavenly abodes of compassion, sympathetic joy, loving kindness, and equanimity, to make that our compass for 2024. But with kindness and without judgment when we fall short, kindness towards ourselves, not judging ourselves, self-compassion when we don't always get there, because we're not going to. Not link our self-worth to whether or not we lose that 5 pounds by the end of January. And we look for role models who inspire us, who we want to emulate in setting intentions with gentleness, with kindness. And one option, obviously, there is the Buddha, who we take refuge in his life as he modeled it for us. He's one of the three refuges, the other two being Sangha and Dharma. So as we enter the new year, can we take some time to reflect on it? To reaffirm our intentions as regards this path, our heart's direction, think about what that would be, what that should be. And it may be something as simple as I vow to be kind this year. I'm going to really aspire to be kind to myself and to others. I mean, that alone is huge because there's just so much that's not kind about our world. Or it might be an intention to dedicate ourselves to caring for others, with compassion. But once we have that sense of long-term dedication for 2024, write it down, stick it on your refrigerator, put it somewhere where you'll see it every day, put it on your desk, look at it every day to guide you. I seek to be kind today. I seek to help others today. I seek to act with compassion. Whatever resonates with you out of the teachings, pick something. Don't pick 10 things. Don't pick 20 things. Pick something manageable. Pick one or two things that you feel like you can aspire to every day. This is how we make progress on the path, and we carry it even when our circumstances change. We carry it on good days. We carry it on not so good days. This is from Thomas Merton, the Catholic monk, who said, quote, "Do not depend on the hope of results. Rather, concentrate not on the results, but on the value, the rightness, the truth of the work itself," close quotes. Let me read that again. Do not depend on the hope of results. Rather, concentrate not on results, but on the value, the rightness, and the truth of the work itself. In other words, in seeking to carry out our intention, it is the journey, not the destination. We're not going to measure it by the finished project. We're going to measure it by, was I kind today? Was I compassionate today? Well, not so much, but I'm going to aspire to do better tomorrow. I'm going to have self-compassion when I'm not so kind today. Or was I, less kind than I would like to be? But this journey is unpredictable. So we have to build in acceptance and letting go of judgment. Okay. Because if we judge and if we uh, uh, criticize ourselves for not getting there, then we're just going to bog down. We're just going to bog down. So the task is find an intention, find an aspiration, put it on your refrigerator, put it on your desk, read it every day, and do the best you can with it. Okay. And that could be any aspect of our practice. And once we set that, we seek to do it with acceptance of our fallibility, of acceptance of the fact we're not going to do it perfectly, and then we begin to move toward that on a daily basis. So that's my New Year's message, if you will. And I just suggest that we all do the best we can with setting an intention and then aspiring each day to live that intention. So I wanted to keep it short today because I wanted to have time for us to talk about this and sort of reflect on it together. Maybe talk about your intention for the year, reflect on that together, share our wisdom about this new year. So I'm going to stop there and let's talk about it.